I think first of all that I think Europe. I think one of the points that I get across from this in this particular book is, well, in the entire I guess trilogy, is that Europe colonized itself first, and Europe colonized itself without actually knowing itself as Europe, but through that colonization process of not just of the continent of Europe, which is essentially just a peninsula of Asia. Let's be honest, it's not anything different than that. And so
White
once
Asia.
yeah, white, white Asia. But like that colonization process begins there, and it's exported to the rest of the world. And so that's the birth of capitalism, is through colonial, as we discussed earlier, is through expansion and through capturing markets and through foreign trade and all of these things. And so it's inhered in that kind of ideology, and I would say that it's fundamentally a religious project at the very outset. You have these papal bulls, and we know the papal bull of the doctrine of discovery, which literally divided the world, the hemispheres of the world. It's the first kind of color line, I would say, that's being iterated, to quote or to evoke W.E.B. Du Bois, in saying that this part of Africa belongs to the Portuguese crown, and this part of Africa belongs to the Spanish crown. This part of the world, essentially the hemispheres of the world, belongs to each of these colonizing monarchies. That was without really the knowledge of the quote unquote New World, or the Americas. And so that racial project of expansion gets imported to what becomes the Americas, right? And as we said before, that this wasn't like a there are like whiteness begins to become or becomes we see the origins of the kind of organizing principle of whiteness or white supremacy, but it's not entirely fully developed, right? And so you still see the competition of these empires. Britain is overtaking the rest of the kind of European monarchies, but it's not a foregone conclusion, right? And I think this is